and remove this plastic sheet, for it will be replaced with paint. I need to... Be patient, Chris. Nope, not being patient. So it was fairly light. All right, oh. Wow, it's very... Hello. But look at the detail on that. It turned out so well. Look at that. Hello from beautiful Uruguay? Okay, I think I'm saying it right. Okay, in this episode, it's all about lasers. There's no synthesizer bits in this one, I'm afraid. But what we are doing is pushing ahead with getting the graphics made and the graphics lasered onto the front panel. It's gonna be fun. It's a bit long, but I think you'll like it. Okay, let's do it. Alrighty, this is gonna be fun. Now, I've got to the stage now that I've made this plate. I've got it all looking nice and everything. This is an acetate sheet of the graphics that I want to add. And it's fine, it's, you know, it's just temporary. Now, I was looking into getting it screen printed, and I got a screen printing kit. Everything looks fantastic, but this is as large as a screen printing kit you can get. That's it. For this type of, the type that's simple, that you basically put in the sun and do the whole thing, and it's great. But I'm realizing I couldn't get a clean enough edge around the outside. I needed to have a silk screen this big to apply even pressure to get it to look right. And I didn't have that. So, sadly, even though this is gorgeous, look at that. My dad would be proud. It's not gonna work. What I'm doing now is I decided that I can get, and I've been looking online, if I get a laser etcher, I've got this spray over there that's designed to work with enamel paints with lasers. And you spray it on, and then you laser it, and then you wash it off, and it should look like this. It should look done, like that. And that's gonna be the end goal. And so, I bought one. Ha! And now, I'm gonna put it together. But the good thing is, I'll learn about doing laser etching and cutting, and I will have a laser and etcher cutter thingy at the end of all this. So I've got my test bit of metal over there. I've sprayed it, very roughly actually, I've sprayed it to be kind of the same as the Fairlight. And then I'm going to do a bunch of tests on this. I'm going to try just doing straight lasering, see what that happens. I'm going to try doing it with paints. I'm going to try doing it in various different ways, and we'll see what happens. And I don't know what's going to happen. So, let's do it. I thought it was that. That's wrong. That goes there. That's correct. That's not right at all. There, correct. Now that's working. So I had to put this onto that one and that into that one. They've got these screwed in upside down now, or something's normally open versus normally closed. All right, cool. Okay, I've got my laser thing set up. I've got the software installed. I did a test. The first test came out. Test actually went right through. It actually went right through and onto the thing. But it's fine. Okay, so straight away, without any further ado, I'm going to take this metal, I'm going to clean it, I'm going to spray it with the black, the paint stuff, and see what happens. Why not? Let's just do it. I'm just going to spray it with this special stuff that is by a company called Brilliance, and it's for doing exactly this. You spray it, and then you laser it, and then you wash it away, apparently. Let's get the painting area ready. I was going to try that. All right, boom. All right, oh. Wow, it's very, hello, hey. Let's see what we've got. I'm gonna do this again, but this time I'm gonna tell it to fill. Okay, so it has worked. If I move the paint off, it has etched it. It's a little light though. So I'm gonna do it, same thing, but I'm going to, wow, straight off the bat, this works great. So we'll do the same thing, but with less speed. So let's put the speed down to 100. I need to, be patient, Chris. Nope, not being patient. I'm gonna stop it because it's done enough for me to see. It's okay, there we go. Right, oh wow. Let's see what that looks like now. Right, I'm gonna wash this off and see what it looks like. So, this is amazing. Look at that. Look. And it's on there. You can actually feel the words. You can actually feel it. It's so weird. I don't know if you can see, this top part here has got the stuff on it. So I'm now gonna do the same test, but onto this. I'm just jumping right ahead, you know me. Okay, let's set this up and then let's do this. Okay, it said it detected flame, but there was definitely no flame. All right, anyway, printed a little bit. If you see there, that's the bottom of Fairlight CMI, and it's actually very, very clear. Now, I would say it's almost burning too much. So I'm gonna change the speed to, two things I'm gonna do. I'm gonna change the speed to 400, okay? And then also, I've washed away the special coating paint thing. I'm just gonna try it on its own. I know, it's crazy. It is quite burny, smelly. So now what I've done is I've repainted with the magic coating painty thing, and I've not changed the setting, so it was fairly light. It was fairly light on the thing. You could see it was etching into the paint. It was actually really eating into the paint, but it wasn't using anything to darken it. It was just going black. Now, I think you can get some kind of burn stuff, like it wouldn't be sharp at the edges. So I've turned down the power to like 50%. I'm going fast, but now I've added this paint that might make a difference. So let's try that, and let's see what we get. Okay, here we go. Wow. It's not that dark. So I think what we do is we do the same power settings, but we change the speed to 1500. Wow, alrighty, let's see. Glasses off. Wow, it's always so strange when you take the glasses off. Well, look at that. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna wash off the stuff. Let's do it. Okay, let's see what this looks like. This is quick and it's sharp, but it's not as black as I thought it would be. Wonder if I was to glaze that, what it would look like. I think that's next. What do you reckon, Kat? Yeah? Hemingway? Is this very important? Hemingway is, of course, the other main engineer on this job here. Yes, that's correct. Checking this panel. Making sure the panel's good. Is this good? Yeah? Alright. I'm also thinking that maybe I do way more coats of that paint. That might make it look better, but it's not bad. I do wonder what it would look like if I covered that in gloss. It's not bad at all. Alright, that's the next step. Alright. Okay, you see that? Looky. Oh, look at that. Okay, we're trying again. That looks really pretty darn good. Look at that. It even did the tiny writing. Good Lord. Okay, this is all good. But what we're gonna try and do now is to get a bit darker. It's probably fine, but it really feels like it should be a bit darker than that. I'm going to put the speed a bit slower, let's say 1,500. Power up to like 70. It already looks darker. Way darker. Okay, that looks like it's burnt in quite like way too much. But we have to see what it's like if we move away the God, if only I could talk. Move away the ink and see what it looks like. Wow, that looks really good. I don't want to clean up the whole thing, I want to do more tests. Okay, this one was at 1500, let me look at the speed, you can be my witness. It's at 1500 at 70%. I'm going to go for 90 and I'm going to just move it up a little bit so it's not in the same place. Wow, a lot more burning. Okay. Let's take a look at that. Let's wash it off. So I think that looks a bit too much, but I might be wrong. All right. Wow. That one. Look at it. Whoops. Look at that. The other one is kind of faded. God, wish this thing would focus. It'd be really handy if the camera actually could focus. So that one's just much darker. That's it. That's the settings. Wow. Okay, we have definitely found the settings. I don't know if you can see this, but if you see how small it is, and I don't know if the camera can even focus on this, but look at the detail on that. And you can even see that it etches into it a little bit. Wow, it's just gorgeous. Oh, this is just it. This is just it. Wow, wow, wow. My hair's a mess. All right. I need to show this to people now. Okay, that looks great. First time, just straight out. This machine is wonderful. Okay, I now need to get this into the sunlight and have a little look. Look at that. Look how clean that is! That is absolutely wonderful. Good Lord, it's clean. I still can't get over the fact this is something, I actually made this graphic on my iPad using Affinity Designer. Look at that. I mean, I know it's fairly simple, but still, when you make something, it's a thing. Right, on to the next step. It's 1:15. Okay, so what we're doing now is a test where I'm going at a lower power but at the same speed, and then I'm speeding up in between the part where it's called the white space to see if it aligns. Now, I've bolted this down now, so it's now all solid, and at 5,000, maybe I can go even faster in between, but I want to see if it causes registration errors. So right now I've got it set to fill. And if that goes well, it's working its way up, I'm trying not to look at it, we will see what it looks like. So let's just leave it for a wee bit. Alright, that's great. That's really fast in between. Now, what we're going to see is if the accuracy is just as good. So what I'm doing now is I'm testing to see if it's scanning like this, instead of doing lines specifically for it, ends in a decent clean result. And also what I'm doing is I'm speeding it up so it goes to 10,000 instead of like 1,500 when it's actually doing the laser. So the end result for this is to see if it will actually be straight and not be wavery or looking at anything. It might be better just to go up and down and then cut out this and put it on a separate layer or something and figure it out in a different way to then go, right, we're going to do that line separately and then, I don't know, figure it out in different parts. I think it's going to be better to do it in separate parts because this seems like a really inefficient way and a potentially not clean way, whereas going along with lines seems like the better idea. But I guess we'll see. I'm using the hot air gun because I don't have anything else to blow the air out of the way. Alrighty. Okay, today is going to be a very interesting day. Why? Today is going to be the day where we actually make the front plate. I've been doing a lot of tests. I've been getting fairly down the rabbit hole, as it were. And I've been doing test prints with a laser onto these wooden pieces. And they've come out fairly well. This one was mounted vertically, which means it does these lines quick, and then these ones took ages, but the whole thing was going like this. It was super, super slow, it took ages. But it's very, very clean, first time. But that's not, didn't feel the right way. This one was, this next one here, vertical but with flood. The flood is the one where it's go like this, and it was great. And I got so far until I realized, still doing it that way, I'm not getting the benefit of a cleaner horizontal line. So then I turned it around here and did it horizontally this way, so that these lines were cleanly done. And then the verticals were done like that. But this one had a flood and the line made it too much. And then I also noticed that with flood as well, it just wasn't as clean. So this one was horizontal, slow as ever, no line, but it was going all the way across. The top line's super clean, but these are not as clean as I'd like. Now the thing is, they're all super clean and they all look great, but the idea of it having to go from here to here and be registered, I'd rather do that in one go. And then, so what I did was I took the file and then I exported it as different layers into Lightburn. So I cut it all up. So we've got the outside frame, the Series 3, the processor 1, processor 2, and then all the numbers and things, those are on separate layers. So now I've set up the laser, and now what we're going to do is just test to see what that looks like and see if it works. So I'm going to do this one last test. Then I've got a piece of aluminium that I'm going to do some power tests on to see what's going to be the best power to speed ratio for the undercoat or primer, then the actual main coat, then with the actual sensitive paint on top. Boom. And then from that, I'll be able to see which setting, just to make absolutely super, super sure. And then I will be putting the plate on here and actually doing the burn. And then after that, I'll do a satin finish on it, if it works. And I'll be putting the plate all back together and putting it on the Fairlight. All right, let's do it. Alrighty. So what I've done is I've made a bunch of little boxes which are going to align to this metal plate. I got a bit of a metal aluminium, put the primer on it, let it dry, put the proper paint on it, let that dry, and now put the brilliance, the coating that you put on to make it actually go black. And then that's the stuff that washes away. So I've put all of those on it, it's ready to go. I've aligned it, and then I've got each of these boxes is at different 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 in terms of their speed. I think 1500 at 90 is the one, but we're gonna have a little look. Let's do it. Glasses on, let's go. Gonna go home first, just to make sure that we're all good. Alrighty, all right, here we go. Ah, 50% looks dark already. That's 50, 60, 70%. Wow, really much darker there. I remember the last time when I did this, I thought the 90% was going to be too much. It's really looks burny. Alrighty, so I've done a bunch more tests, and the interesting thing, it's Saturday, everyone's washing their cars and doing projects, so I'm not alone. But it turns out if you look at that, the very black one, that one is at 1500, which is much faster, and at 90% power. If I go deviate away from that, this one was slightly different. Look at that. It's just not as good. So I found the sweet spot. It is 1500 by 19. I wonder, I need to do another test. Oh man. Okay, so 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Now that I've properly washed it, you can see 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 is actually the darkest. All right, so that last test went from all at 1500 and then went from 1500 from 50% to 100%. But then I thought, okay, it is dark at 1500 at 100%. Well, I don't know, let's go over that. So let's just keep it 100% and then let's just go a little bit faster. So the next one I'm gonna do is 1600, 1800, 2000, 220, blah, 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 blah. Let's just see, you know. That's that. Let's see what that's all about. This is gonna be, they all look very, very similar in their speeds there. Well, different, so it's the same power, different speed. The phone. Okay, now this is very interesting. Let's, oops. So that's the 1600 and that's the 2000 something or other. I think it's getting darker. This one is the best, right? This one here, less best, and so basically lifted up all the shadows. So the one that's there is the one that, if I look at that, it's the second to last one. And the second to last one is 2400 at 100. 2400 at 100. So I guess that's what we're gonna do. All right, this is the last test I'm gonna be doing. Let's just see what the logo looks like at those speeds. And the speed being 2400 at 100% power. All right, this is the moment of truth. It really is. Let's go wash this off. Yep, that's basically it. That's the best one I've had yet. Okay, it's pretty conclusive. This is an absolute win. It looks great. It looks just as good as that one down there. Yeah, it's really, really nice. It's just wonderful. Great. All right, we have our settings. Wow. All right, let's do it. So it is now finally time to take the front plate with this acetate sheet, take this paint stuff, and remove this plastic sheet, where it will be replaced with paint. Alrighty, here we go. I have to get this right. I've got one chance to get this right because I built this. I would have to like scrub off all the paint, and even then, it's going to etch it into the aluminium, so it's going to be visible. So I have to get this right. It's freaking me out. All right. All right, got it to the right length now. Okay, so now we get the acetate. This is it, and I go frame. Does it go anywhere close? Oh, kind of, but not kind of. Okay. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm going to let it trace around the areas at very low power to see if it's right. Yeah, it looks bang on. Is it? We're off a wee bit. I think it's starting to bump, so it's a bit off. So let's stop. One more. Let's move on. Let's have a look at that. All right. This is really to trace the outside to see if we're set up right. And that's what it looks like. Oh, right, it's doing the Fairlight logo in its little brain. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Now it's about bang on. That is bang on. And I don't care if it's slower. It's a thing where I can make it speed up in between, but I don't want to change anything at this point. I really think this is it. Yeah, it's right. It's right. Okay. We can stop. Putting everything back to 100%. Okay, this is it. I've got one shot of this working. This has to work. I can't have any flame things happening. I can't have any of that stuff happening. I'm gonna have to have the fan here. It is now time for me to remove this acetate sheet. Wow. 3, 2, 1, go. Wow, this part's going to be quite inefficient. Now when it's going faster in between, I'm happy that it's taking its time, it's okay. But yeah, of course, it could be much faster. And that is that. I'll just smudge away some of the paint to see if it's really done its job in that area. Get a little cup of water. I need to actually see if it's left any black material behind. I think maybe I've coated this too thick. Difficult to tell. It looks like it's okay. It looks like it's good. Let's look at the Fairlight side here. It looks like it has lines in it. Maybe I should have gone at a slower speed. Yeah, there's definite lines there. Interesting, the one part I wanted to be right is not right. After all this, which is great, the one part that didn't turn out good, or it's fixable, but didn't come out perfect with the laser, is the Fairlight logo itself. It's got lines through it. I've never overscanned and resprayed and done something like that before, so I'd need to modify the file, go and get it, cut it out, just get the Fairlight part, pop it there, or do a Boolean or something like that. Maybe I could do that. And then just re-go over that part. And I don't know if it's definitely a gap, but I don't want to go too hard so that it would screw it up. So I think the easiest option is just for me to just get in there with a little enamel brush and just tidy up those tiny details. I should feel really happy because the rest looks great. And I should. And I am. Because I've now got a plate. But I just wish that one bit looked great because that's the part I was concentrating on. Alright, I'm now going to move it. So, alright, this is it, I'm moving it. I've moved it, the decision is made. Alright, we now have a front plate, let's wash off the stuff and see what it looks like. Okay. The Fairlight logo is lighter than I wanted, but I'm gonna go and get some enamel paint and fix it. I have now made a plate. Look at that. And it's really pretty nice.
Yes, he did make it.
This is a very wow moment. It is wow. Wow. But it is funny that the part that I really wanted to be dark and bold and the thing that I've been doing all the tests with, wow, I look crazy, is the lightest part of the whole thing. I wonder if it's because it's not flat. Could very well be wasn't focused in that part or something. I've never had that lines thing happening before, but you can see it there. It's there, but it's a Series 3 plate that functions and it's right size and everything. So I'm gonna go do the paint thing. I'm gonna be really careful. Have to get it under a, do it really, really tight. And then I varnish it, or satin with the satin, and then put it all together. All right, I'm about to try something that might be a bad idea. I'm taking a little bit of two different colors, and I'm going to be mixing it so that it's more like the gray, and then I'm going to try and use a tiny little thing and to fill in all the patches. Part of me thinks I shouldn't, because it'll look different, but it's just too many lines. This could be a bad idea. Yes, that is absolutely gorgeous. Alright, now it is time to take off the metal bracket at the bottom and spray it with this satin. Oh man, this is going to be so good. It is really nice now. Okay, so the hullabaloo of the day has died down. The air is a bit better. There's still some bugs in the air, but it's not too bad. So now I've taken off all the bits and pieces, and this is ready to be sprayed with the satin. So it's just ready. Now it has to be done. I'm so excited. All right, let's do it. Okay, welcome to the Black Technologies spray booth, aka the alley. Right, better get some spray. Okay. I'm kind of freaking out on how good this is. This is insane. I made this in my garage. Look, oh, there's lots of things happening with lights and all that kind of stuff, but look at this. Look at this. Wow. A few tiny bits of dust that got in the air. But man, it's so lovely looking. Wow, why can't you have a better picture? Whoops. Sorry camera. Okay, we're now here under the slightly different light. Just have a look at this. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. What? Okay, I do have a laser etcher, but the only other thing is I have a hacksaw and a handheld drill and a file. And I made this. What? It is really nice. Wow! It turned out so well. Okay, now I'm gonna put it together. I'm calling this a day. Well, no, I've got to put all this together and make it right, and then make sure I don't snap anything like the little hinges, because they always want to snap. They're so snap happy that it's, I don't know. I guess the design wasn't good back then, but anyhow. Wow, this has turned out wonderful. Wonderful. Look at that. Look at that with the light. Boing, shooing. It's like one of those commercials from the 90s. Whoosh. Fairlight. Wow, okay. All right. Kind of freaking out. This is not like normal. This is crazy. This is amazing. This is happening right now. Good Lord. I can't believe it. Oh wow. Guys, this is a thing. This is really happening. This is not a fairy tale. Although it feels like one. This is really something special. And man, I'm really glad that I've shared it with everyone that's been watching. I can honestly say that I didn't realize that so many months ago I'd be sitting doing this and looking at this thing. And this is just one part of the thing. This actual part I actually built kind of nothing, and it's weird because I'm adding something that was from the machine but wasn't for that function. Look at it. It's the front panel. It's the face. I always said it has to have a face. A little face. I really don't know what to say, but there's something magic about making this. I'm really proud of this moment. What a thing this is. Wow. Hello you. Look at you. You have a face now. Right, I need to now add all the brackets and add this. Let's connect it to the actual machine. You know what I've been doing? Walking around showing this to my neighbors like an idiot. I'm so proud of this. Well, it's the funny thing is this thing that people can actually understand. Like I said, oh, I made this. Oh, what are you building? Oh, I'm you know. And I don't want to tell them the whole story, but I try and give them the gist of things. But when people see this, it's like, oh, you made a thing. I'm like, yeah, we made a thing. Look. Okay, we're getting there, and I'm just very proud. Okay, I'll shut up now. All right, that's the wee legs on. Are you seeing this? That looks like it's under a lot of pressure. If these break, I'm gonna redesign them because I think the original design is too close to the original. The Vero boards. Wow, wow, wow. You ready? This is it. This is the actual moment. All right. Oops. And that's it in. Yeah, it's different from that, but that's okay. Because I made this. Okay, this is in properly. This is in properly. These are in. I guess it's time to fire it up. Is that even legal? All right, guys, we have a result. We have a front plate that looks like a machine. All is well in the world. However, it is running on half its cylinders. It's basically supposed to have 16 voices. We've only got 8 or 9-ish. It needs another 3 or 4 voice cards for it to be a complete 16-voice CMI. So that's something I'm going to have to work on next. And sadly, I'll say this straight away, that front panel, although it's from the original donor machine and it's fantastic, it is not going to be with us for long. It started to leach ink where it was printed all over the front, and it kind of spoiled it. And it basically turns out I hadn't really rinsed off all of the laser etching paint, and it is effectively kind of damaged and tarnished the way that it looks. So we're going to be looking into manufacturing. I want to have a second chance at actually doing this printing. Let's make it proper 3mm plate and make it with straight edges, nothing rounded, something that fits exactly right, because that was another one of the things, the donor machine aluminium, they had the screws at the bottom. It's great, but I have to be realistic if I'm going to make this look right, and let's do it right. So that's 2 things we're going to be doing, and then I've got to tidy up the whole place and get this, you know, crazy layout with the keyboard in one place and my monitor in the other sorted out too. So there's more work to be done. We'll see you on the next one. Ooh, I spot a mistake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How did I fuck this up?